Welcome to Infinity Cast, where we explore the fascinating stories that shape our world. I'm your host, Elias Whitlock. When you hear the name Dracula, you probably picture a caped, fanged aristocrat with a thirst for blood. But tonight, we're peeling back the layers of Gothic fiction to find the real man behind the myth. And to help me navigate this dark chapter of history, I'm joined by my co-host, the brilliant Ilian Quanta.
It's great to be here, Elias. And you're right, the pop culture image of Dracula is so powerful, it's almost completely eclipsed the historical figure, Vlad the Impaler, Prince of Wallachia, a man known not for drinking blood, but for spilling it in horrific quantities.
Let's set the stage. We're in the 15th century, in a region that's now part of modern-day Romania. Wallachia was a volatile territory, caught in a brutal tug-of-war between two superpowers, the Ottoman Empire to the south and the Kingdom of Hungary to the north. Vlad III was born into this chaos.
And his very name, Dracula, is rooted in this conflict. His father, Vlad II, was inducted into a chivalric order called the Order of the Dragon, created to defend Christian Europe against the Ottomans. The Romanian word for dragon was Dracul. So Vlad III became known as Dracula, which simply means son of the dragon.
A noble title, then. But language evolves, and in modern Romanian, Dracul also means the devil, a linguistic coincidence that certainly helps cement his sinister reputation centuries later.
It absolutely did. But his reputation wasn't just built on a name. He earned his other, more infamous title, Vlad the Impaler. And he earned it through his preferred method of execution.
Impalement. It's as gruesome as it sounds. A sharpened stake, a slow, agonizing death. But for Vlad, this wasn't just random cruelty. It was a calculated tool of psychological warfare. He used it to punish criminals, political rivals, and captured Ottoman soldiers. He wanted to create an atmosphere of absolute order and terror for his enemies.
The most legendary story, of course, is the Forest of the Impaled. After a major battle, the invading Ottoman Sultan, Mehmet II, was supposedly met with a grotesque forest of thousands of impaled bodies, a sight so horrific it caused him to retreat. Now, the numbers are likely exaggerated, but the event itself highlights Vlad's strategy, to be so terrifying that you win the war before the next battle even begins.
So how much of this is fact and how much is fiction? We know he was a ruthless ruler, even by the brutal standards of the 15th century, but many of the most lurid tales of him dining amongst the dying or boiling his victims come from pamphlets printed by his German enemies in the West. It was political propaganda, designed to paint him as a monster.
Exactly. In Romania today, his legacy is far more complex. Many view him as a national hero, a brutal but effective leader who fought for his people's independence against impossible odds. He was a man of his time, not a supernatural creature of the night.
And the vampire connection? That came much, much later. In 1897, Irish author Bram Stoker was looking for a name for his vampire count. He stumbled upon the name Dracula in a history book, noted that it meant devil in Wallachian, and decided it was perfect. He knew almost nothing else about the historical Vlad.
So the man and the myth are two separate entities, linked only by a name and a reputation for cruelty. The real Dracula was a prince, a warrior, and a tyrant. But he was undeniably human.
A fascinating and chilling distinction. Thank you, Ilian, for shedding light on this dark corner of history, and thank you all for listening to Infinity Cast. Join us next time as we explore the lost city of